Hi everyone. Today I am demonstrating you a very interesting generative AI project that is creating a podcast of any length locally on Google Colab or in your local system using Dia 1.6 conversational AI generation. So if you don't know, Dia 1.6 is one of the best audio AI models that can generate conversations. It is not just doing a TTS but conversational TTS. It will look like two folks are talking to each other. So let me first of all demonstrate you what output we got, and then I will be explaining you the codes also, and we'll be sharing the codes also quite soon. So I tried generating a podcast on AI in 2025. So the script is also generated by AI and the audio as well. So listen to this.
Welcome to our podcast where we explore the latest trends and advancements in technology, and I'm your host, Adarsh.
Hello, Adarsh, and hello to all our listeners out there. I'm Ruby, and today we're going to talk about one of the most exciting topics in tech, AI in 2025.
That's right, Ruby. AI has been making tremendous progress over the past few years, and it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves in the next few years.
Absolutely, Adarsh, and I think 2025 is going to be a pivotal year for AI, with many experts predicting that it will become even more ubiquitous and integrated into our daily lives.
So let's start with the basics, Ruby. What are some of the key areas where we can expect to see significant?
So as you can hear, the podcast looks quite original. It is a little fast, but I think you can play around with that parameter, and in all looks quite cool. It looks conversational, and no one can say that it's generated using AI. So how I did it, I would be explaining you the entire code here, and I'd be sharing the codes also quite soon. So first of all, you need to turn on your GPU T4 on Google Colab. You can do like this, just connect, and it should be showing you T4 connected. Once done, I'm not running everything because it takes time to generate. You first of all need to pip install the dia git repo. I'm using grok to generate the entire script, but you can use any other text llm. It is up to your choice. And I'm using fmpg python for playing the audio. So here I'm setting up my text LLM first. I'm using Grok. The API is free to create. If you don't want to use Grok, you can use any other LLM or Olama or whatever is your choice. So basically this function LLM generation helps me to generate the text given an input prompt. You can replace it with your prompt, no worries. Now I'm setting up Dia model. Dia 1.6b by Nari Labs is one of the most trending audio AI models right now. You can check on Hugging Face and it's quite good as well. So here I'm setting up the audio sample rate and maximum dialogues per chunk. I will be explaining you what this parameter is. This is a custom parameter because there are a couple of limitations with Dia. One, it can't generate infinite length at once. So you whatever script you are generating, you need to break it into multiple chunks. So this chunk is that size. Apart from that, whatever audio Gia generates, it's quite fast as mentioned. So I would be using a function, as you can see here, slow down mp3 to change the speed of the generated audio as well. This is the function that I'm using. No worries about the code, I would be sharing it soon. Here you can see that we have loaded the Dia model, Dia dot from pre-trained. It should be able to work in your Google Colab. So no worries about it. And here is the generate podcast script. So I am passing this long prompt. You are a podcast script writer. Your task is to generate an engaging and formative podcast script for two speakers S1 and S2. Instructions have been given. The script should have clear introduction, main discussion points, and a conclusion. The conversation should flow naturally between Adarsh and Ruby. I'm giving two names. Each line must begin with either S1 and S2 following by their dialogues. Why I'm asking this? Because Dia works in a particular format. It will change the audio only when you provide tags like S1, S2, S3. Make the content interesting. Do not include any other text, etc. You can change this prompt according to you. And here, using LLM Gen, I'm generating the script for myself. Once the script is generated, here you can see that we are checking for the validity of the script. Every line should start with S1 and S2, else Dia might not be able to work. Now here is a function that I'm using to split the script. So as I showed you in the beginning, the chunk size. So for example, if the script has 50 dialogues, we would be creating 5 chunks of 10 dialogues each. This is the code logic in this split script function. Generate podcast audio. This is the most important part. Here you can see that we are generating the chunks for the script that we have generated using LLM Gen, and we are now iterating over each of the chunk, generating the audio, dia model.generate, and then we are appending it to a final list, final audio, as you can see. So first chunk gets generated as an audio, goes to the list. Next chunk gets generated, it goes to the list. Everything gets appended in a list. So all the audios for different chunks goes into a single list. And in the final list, we are concatenating all the elements in the final audio list that we have created. And then this is just to sanitize the file name. Here we are calling the generate podcast script first of all. Then we are cleaning up the name, generating the podcast, and successful. This might take some time because as you can see, it's a decent enough model. It's quite huge, 6.44 GB in your memory. And here you can see that the generating audio for chunk 1 upon 6, 2 upon 6, 3 upon 6, and hence once all the chunks are generated, everything is concatenated into a single audio. Once done, I'm finally running the slowdown mp3 function to generate the slowed version of the mp3, and then we get our podcast.
Advancements in AI in 2025.
Well, Adarsh, one area that's definitely going to see a lot of growth is natural language processing, or NLP, which enables computers to understand and generate human-like language.
That's fascinating, Ruby, and we're already seeing some examples.
And what about machine learning, Ruby? How is that going to evolve in 20?
It is still a little fast, so here you can still play around with the speed equals to 0.2, 0.3, whatever works for you. So this is how within 10 minutes you can set up a script to generate podcast for free without using any paid GPUs, without using any paid LLM, using Dia 1.6 and Google Colab. I hope you try out to set up this project and it works for you too. Thank you so much.